I'm Ruth Douglas Miller. I'm an associate professor of electrical engineering at Kansas State University, and I'm the director of the Wind Application Center here. We are at the Riley County Public Works property, which is the center for everything related to road maintenance for the county. It happens to be the best wind spot in the county, and when this facility was built, the director, Rod Meredith, wanted to save the taxpayers as much money as he could, basically in energy. So he built the main part of the buildings with a lot of insulation, with high efficiency lighting, a lot of skylights, ground source heat pump, and the very best he could find in efficiency. And then he kept on looking for grants to provide some renewable energy. When the ARRA bill came out, one of the programs that DOE offered was a Better Buildings program.
Department of Energy?
Yes.
Okay.
The Department of Energy had a program to encourage greater efficiency in buildings in general. And we formed a sort of consortium to apply for one of those grants. And the consortium consists of the county, Kansas State University, which is B, and GBA Architects and Engineers, which is a consulting firm out of Kansas City. And although most of the grants under that program had to deal with means of pushing DOE monies into energy efficiencies at the homeowner level, this one is an education one. And we have held 4 out of a total of 8 workshops for the public, for schools and counties and other governments to come here and learn about energy efficiency and renewable energy. And as part of the grant, we funded 4 wind turbines, 2 different solar photovoltaic
We're going to pan to one now, okay?
And
so tell us about this one.
This is a Jacobs wind turbine. It's a permanent magnet machine that does have a gearbox on top. The inverter's down in a building here. It's rated at 20 kilowatts, and it is a US-made machine. Jacobs has been making them since the 80s. It's one of the older tried and true workhorses.
It's cranking away.
Yep.
What do we have over here, Ruth?
You headed for the Enertech first. The
Yes.
smaller one it's actually a refurbished machine that came from California, probably Tehachapi or somewhere over there.
It sure looks like a Tehachapi wind turbine.
Yeah. The blades are new, but the hardware inside is simply refurbished. Enertech is now a Kansas-based company. A great many of those Tehachapi machines are Enertechs, and they're still working. It's 50 kilowatts. Actually, this is rated at 40. The blades are a little shorter because they're all new fiberglass blades. And that one is an induction machine, so what it makes is 60 hertz. Comes right down tower at 60 hertz. An older, has a gearbox, has to have some more maintenance done. But again, that particular beast has probably been spinning for a good 20 years, and it's got another 20 years of life on it.
Beautiful. And this bigger one?
The big guy is a Northwind 100. It's made by Northern Power, as you can maybe make out on its tower. It's a DC machine, the permanent magnet generator. It's one of the most efficient, top-of-the-line machines there are these days. It's 100 kilowatts, made in Vermont, and probably, as things go, relatively expensive, but it needs almost no maintenance. There's very little in the way of moving parts.
And the one back here, Ruth, that we can see over the top of the roof?
That's a little SkyStream, 2 kilowatts, belongs to Southwest Wind Power out of Arizona. Perfect for a small house, or a third of sort of your average house, I guess. Size to fit underneath the net metering guidelines if you don't have those.
Nice.
So.
And how about the solar and the geothermal that you've got here?
Okay, the geothermal was done before the grant. There are, I think, 400 wells that are 250 feet deep underneath the parking lot over at the main building. And they provide all the heat. I think they've never in the 4 years of this site's been here, they've never had to turn on any supplementary heat. Solar, we put in 2 different panels on purpose to demonstrate the 2 kinds. One is the monocrystalline panel, and those there's 5 panels, and they have N-phase inverters, so there's 1 inverter per panel. And then the other is the amorphous silicon that goes, just tape it down on the roof. There are 8 strips of that. That's the same amount of energy as the other one, and it works off 2 Sunny Boy inverters that are in the building. And then finally, there is, as part of the grant, there's some solar hot water heaters around the back of the main truck barn. And they heat hot water to wash the trucks, to get the salts off, and help the trucks live longer. And that water is also circulated under the floor of the truck barn and is the primary source of heat in that building.
So you guys have got it all going here. I mean, we're talking, a microcosm of the green industrial revolution that we need to see in this country.
That was the intent. The intent was to make this a showcase, and then people can come and see everything and say, well, I need 3 of those instead of all 5, or I need a whole roof covered with that PV. And they can see what it looks like and how well it works. And the production of everything except the solar hot water is on the web, so you can come in and find out how well everything's doing on any given day.
It's very exciting. Well, the last thing I want to ask you is, so when these your wind turbines are generating, now how much does that generate in terms of power, and what's that do to your electricity bill here out at the?
It nearly zeros the electric bill for the complex. Because of the way Kansas law works, there's no joining of meters, so each of the turbines has to be connected to a building that has enough load to use all that energy. And they're all behind the meter. There's nothing going out on the grid, unless we happen to be making more than we need. It nearly zeros the electric demand, and the total capacity here would be about 160, 170 kilowatts of power. I've not seen the exact electric bills as things have been progressing, but the website does have this is how much energy we've produced up to now and how that works out in dollars.
Well, Ruth, I just want to thank you for your leadership and for showing the rest of Kansas and the rest of the country how to get it done.
Sure. I should mention that the program is called Resourceful Kansas.
Okay.
So if you resourcefulkansas.org, I think,
okay,
on the net, you can go.
We'll encourage people to go online, check it out.
Yep.
Thanks so much for your time today.
You're welcome.